Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Serv Robotics here, sitting at $10. I remember making a video a couple days ago telling you guys, hey, we got the Fed meeting coming up, so we're going to go sideways for a while until after Jerome Powell speaks. Jerome Powell did speak. I mean, Bitcoin is up almost 2%. SPY is up, Nvda up, everything's green. And that was to be expected. We were kind of just waiting for Powell to, open his mouth and tell us what we want to hear so that the market continues climbing, okay? So the market today is ripping, but you'll notice that Serv stock itself isn't really going much of anywhere. This is the absolute bottom right here, and it has to hold here above $10. If it doesn't hold today, we're going to see it break down, and now we're going to have to wait for the next bottom, wherever that may be. So I'm not going to look at you and tell you, hey, I know where the bottom is. I don't know. We have to wait and see where that bottom reveals itself. I mean, SoundHound is a great example of this. It revealed its bottom down here. And it's held for what? Since this, since that big run back in February. So this thing has held already its bottom for it's well on its way to a year, right? But it's held it for 6 months, which is good because we can buy down here where it's cheap. Unfortunately, it's looking pretty bad here. It really does have to hold today. If it doesn't, we're going to break down. Our next level is going to be $8. That's just a technical level. But if you guys have been following me, you know I like to sit back and be patient and wait to see. Like, it'll bounce, I'm sure, and then come back down. And then I'll buy on the second time it comes back and touches the zone. If it even holds here. Again, not guaranteed, but this is your next level. So, yeah, that is a big level. As you can see in the past, $8 was a big level as well. So you should expect buyers to step in there. If they don't step in, it just dumps. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's, we look, I know, I get it. You thought it was going to run to $150, whatever. But the reality is, every stock, every time when it runs, it's going to pull back. At some point, it's going to pull back. And sometimes it pulls back a lot harder than you would expect. So that's why like I said, I'm being patient. I'm exercising discipline. This is what this channel is about. If you're about patience and discipline, you're going to make money. It just, as long as you're not chasing tops. Never do that. We use common sense. We use our brain and we go, okay, let's not chase. Let's wait for a pullback. Let's wait for that support. Let's wait for that range to reveal itself. And we will buy in at the bottom of that range. We will make money. For those of you who love Serv stock, I mean, AITX right now, it's a penny stock. But look at how many runs this thing has every year. 1 run, 2 runs. Every year, it has 2 runs. Every year, it has 2 runs. Okay, so when you start finding patterns like that on a chart, you take advantage and you buy at the bottom. So that's what we're waiting for. I'm just showing you more examples. Like, this is what we do. We look for opportunities. Yes, I get it. We weren't a part of this huge run from 1.82 to 24.09, but that doesn't mean you can't take advantage of the other moves that are going to happen once it bottoms out. So Serv Robotics, we don't know if there's going to be any more PRs here. We would expect more PRs. I'm just saying, I don't know if we should expect any PRs for the rest of this month, because yeah, it's a strong buy. Analysts have a strong buy on this one. They are expanding, so at some point out we would expect some kind of PR talking about that expansion and everything else that's going to come with that. Since we know that Shake Shack rollout caused the share price to move, we know that caused it to move. So there is potential for another catalyst to send it to the upside. So let me look at one thing before I let you guys go. I wanted to look at what the insiders are doing. Does anyone know what the insiders are doing? I don't think they're buying. I'd be shocked if an insider was dumb enough to buy after such a huge move. They would be the dumbest insider. The CEO, imagine the CEO buying the top. He would look like the dumbest. You shouldn't even be a CEO if you're that dumb, like buying the top. Let me see if I can find the insider roster. Insider transactions is what I'm looking for. There have been no purchases. Let's see. There's been. Wow. Well, Nvda made a lot of money. Let me pull that data up for you guys. I love looking at data and breaking it down. This is why I do this stuff. So if you like data, like having things broken down for you, definitely follow and subscribe. Nvda Corp, a beneficial owner, purchase price at $4 per share. So Nvda Corp, I don't know if they sold off at 20, but if they did sell, which I don't think, maybe they have, I don't know. I don't know if they have sold or not, but I don't think so because it doesn't show that there was a sell. Yeah, they haven't sold. They bought 62,500 shares at $4, so they definitely could have flipped it for a lot of money. Huh. I'm surprised they didn't sell after such a huge run. Stock award grant at 0.000 by CFO Reed Bryan. He didn't sell either. So he didn't sell. Interesting. It's interesting to note none of these people sold. None of the insiders, which tells me that I'm going to assume that the reason they didn't sell is because they truly believe in the company so much so that they believe it's not worth selling at these current prices. Because Nvda could still sell off. They're not gonna sell off. Let's be real. But they could technically still sell off for 150% gains. Reed Bryan here and this other guy, they could sell. They could definitely sell. But no one's buying. So let's see what happens with the insiders as we move forward. Let's see, majority holders. Yeah, like I said, I imagine Nvda isn't going to sell. But it's, the insiders haven't sold either. They could have sold. They would have made money. They definitely have shares. So I wonder how much potential they think this stock, their company has if they're not willing to sell for all those gains. They didn't cash out. A SoundHound, when it ran, they cashed out. Their insiders cashed out like crazy. I'm not sure if you guys remember that, but they cashed out like crazy once the stock hit a high point of $8. Like the sales just started coming in. So that's who I'm comparing it to, because they have an Nvda investment as well. So just letting you know why I'm making those comparisons. I'm not just comparing it just for the heck of it. They both have Nvda investments. They both ran on that disclosure that Nvda had invested in them, and we would expect similar price action at some point. Again, if Nvda is investing in your company, you're probably doing something right. And if insiders aren't selling, there's probably something they probably believe in their company. But I would like to see them. It would really be awesome to see them buy some of their own stock once it gets cheaper. I'm pretty sure they're not going to buy down here. I would be shocked if they did. But right now it is going under $10 and is getting ready to break down. So yeah, definitely I want to see buyers. The only buyer really was Nvda here, major shareholder, but I would like to see some of these insiders load up on their stock if they truly believe in their company. Anyways, because I mean, stock award. I mean, you got stock to sell. Why don't you sell? I don't get it. Anyways, someone correct me if I'm wrong. I could be way off my rocker. That is it for the video. I will see you guys in the next one.